Welcome to The Explainer. Today we're going to pull back the curtain on a part of Singapore you probably never even heard of. But here's the thing, it's absolutely essential to how the whole city works. Think of it as Singapore's hidden engine room.
All right, let's kick things off with a bit of a puzzle. What if I told you there was a whole district that's a massive powerhouse for the entire city, but basically no one lives there? Like, it's practically empty of residents. How does that even work?
Well, here's your answer. The official resident population in Sungei Kadut? Pretty much zero. And nope, that's not an accident. It's totally by design. And that one single fact, it shapes absolutely everything about this place. It was built for industry, not for people to live in.
So, what is this place really? Well, you can think of Sungei Kadut as the gritty, hardworking backbone of Singapore, which we all know is this super polished modern city. You know, while other parts of town are all about finance and fancy tourist spots, Sungei Kadut, this is where the real heavy lifting gets done.
And you know what's cool? Even the name tells a story. Sungei Kadut comes from Malay. Sungei means river. Kadut refers to sackcloth, or, a gunny sack. So it paints this picture of a river used for trade, probably for shipping raw materials, like the stuff used to make those big, coarse sacks. Its name was rooted in industry right from the get-go.
Okay, so to really get what Sungei Kadut is all about today, we've got to go back in time. We need to see how it was literally engineered from the ground up. I mean, its transformation from a natural swamp into this industrial powerhouse, it's a pretty wild story of planning.
And this change happened fast. I mean, really fast and on purpose. Before the 1960s, this whole area was just a quiet mangrove swamp. Then, boom, the 1970s hit. Singapore is modernizing like crazy, and the government realizes it needs a place to stick all the heavy, let's say dirty industries. Get them away from where people were living. Sungei Kadut was the spot. And by the 80s, it was, without a doubt, the center of the universe for Singapore's timber and furniture business.
All right, so that was the past. What about now? After all those decades of industrial work, what does this engine room actually look and feel like today?
Yeah, you could forget the shiny skyscrapers you see downtown. The vibe here is all about function over fashion. We're talking wide, heavy-duty roads for all the big trucks, a constant rumble of machinery in the air, and, well, a lot of dust from all the construction materials. It's definitely not glamorous, but it is so vital. This is the reality of where a nation gets built, day in and day out.
And the mix of industries here is really what tells the story today. That traditional heart, the furniture and timber stuff, it's still there. But now, you've also got all the other nuts and bolts of a modern city. I'm talking massive concrete plants for construction, huge facilities for recycling the city's waste, and even big printing and publishing operations. Basically, it's all the stuff a city absolutely needs to run, but doesn't really want in its backyard.
So who actually powers this whole engine room? This is maybe the most important piece of the puzzle. Since nobody really lives here, the entire population during the day is made up of workers who come in. And as our sources point out, it's almost entirely migrant workers who live in these big, purpose-built dormitories right there in the estate. They're the lifeblood of the place, a temporary population building a permanent city.
And if you could just listen, it creates this incredible, diverse soundscape. Yeah, sure, English might be on the safety signs or spoken by management, but the real sound of the work being done, it's a mix of Bengali, Tamil, and Mandarin. This isn't just a list of languages, you guys. It's the actual human soundtrack of the global workforce that keeps this place humming.
But wait, the story doesn't end here, in the dust and the noise of today. Not at all. Sungei Kadut is on the brink of its biggest change yet. It's about to pivot from this old-school industrial park to something completely different.
So what's the plan? Well, it's called the Sungei Kadut Eco-District Master Plan. And the whole idea is to transform this area from, a sort of rust belt into a super modern, high-tech hub that's all about sustainability and green tech.
And when I say change, I mean a radical change. Just look at this. The old Sungei Kadut was all about timber and sawmills. The future? Agri-food technology. The old was dust and heavy trucks. The new will be advanced recycling and green spaces. And maybe the biggest deal of all? It used to have no MRT access. Soon, it'll have its own brand new station, finally plugging this workhorse into the rest of the city. Okay, so we've gone through the past, present, and future. But why does any of this matter? I mean, why should you care about some industrial park you'd never heard of before? What's the big takeaway here?
Here's why it matters. This story isn't really just about one district.
The evolution of Sungei Kadut from a swamp to heavy industry and now to this future eco-district, it's like a perfect little model of Singapore's entire national game plan. It's this constant, relentless push to adapt, to clean things up, and to always be moving up the ladder to higher value, greener industries.
And that really leaves us with a huge question, not just for Singapore, but for cities all over the world. As our cities keep growing and try to get smarter and greener, what happens to their industrial hearts? What do we do with the noisy, dusty, but absolutely essential places that actually build and power everything? Can they change with the times, or do they just get left behind? It's a question every single major city is going to have to face.